It's the end of the year, and on today's show, we're going to do something that the majority of guitar players never take the time to do. And that is reflect on the last year of your guitar journey, celebrate small wins, and identify opportunities for improvement so you can have your best year of guitar yet in 2022. Hey TAC family, welcome to episode 219 of the Acoustic Tuesday Show. This show's all about bringing fun, focus, and progress to your guitar journey through my weekly Guitar Geek list, plus success stories from your fellow TAC family members. Speaking of the TAC family, on today's show, we're going to welcome a whole bunch of guitar players that became a part of the TAC family in 2021. Plus, you're going to see which guitar lick the TAC fam is working on today, and it happens to be a tribute to Beowulf. The epic novel Beowulf? The epic poem Beowulf? The epic Beowulf, not sure which one it is. And of course, your weekly dose of acoustic news awaits you, which includes an album I am super excited about, a luthier making absolute magic happen, and much, much more. But first, let's go ahead and take a look in the rearview mirror and see how your guitar journey went in 2021. Let's kick things off with some year-end guitar reflection. See, most guitar players never take the time to look back and see how far they've come. They always look at the next thing they have to learn, the next hurdle that they have to jump over, the next technique they have to conquer. And that's all well and good. I want you to have goals. But it's just as important to look back and say, wow, I actually am progressing. That staves off, that fights off the guitar rut. So how does this work? What is it? Why do we do it? Whoa, I have to be careful here. I'm gonna spill coffee one of these days. It's gonna go everywhere. What is a year-end guitar reflection? A year-end guitar reflection is just a moment of pause for you to look back and see how far you've come over the last year. Whether you've just started guitar or you've been playing for years, this is necessary, again, to identify progress. Which brings me to why we're doing this. When we associate positive emotions with a habit, we're much more likely to continue that habit. Your guitar routine is a habit. When you identify positives in your guitar routine, when you feel that rush of positive emotion about the things that you've done, you'll associate that with your habit, your guitar routine, which makes you that much more likely to continue your guitar routine and not enter the guitar rut. So how do you exactly do this year-end guitar reflection? Well, I've got 3 simple questions that I want you to answer. In fact, I want to encourage you to write these down. I'm going to call them crucial questions. I'm not going to call them simple questions. They are simple and crucial because I want you to do this year-end guitar reflection correctly. Now, note, this is an abbreviated version of the reflection that I go through every 90 days on Tony's Acoustic Challenge. In fact, we have a live progress party coming up. Every 90 days, we do a live progress party, which gives us pause to reflect on how awesome our guitar journey is, set some goals going forward, and make some tweaks so that our guitar routine works for us, works for you. And that next live guitar progress party on Tony's Acoustic Challenge is in just a few short days, January 5th, Wednesday, January 5th at 11 a.m. Mountain Time is the next Tony's Acoustic Challenge live progress party. And I do hope you will be there. It is a blast. You're gonna have a chance to connect with other TAC members. You're gonna have a chance to really evaluate your guitar journey and set course for 2022. But first, let's go back to those 3 simple yet crucial questions that I want you to answer. And again, please write these down. I think it's much more important to write these down rather than have the answers live in your head. When you write things down, it's that much more concrete, and it feels like you're going through the activity, which is exactly what I want you to do. Take the back of an envelope, grab a pen, and let's get writing. First question is this: how consistent were you over the last year? How many playing sessions did you get in? Now, you might be sitting there thinking, you know, I don't really know how many times I played in the last year. If that's the case, it's okay. It's okay if you don't know. In fact, a lot of guitar players don't know. So if you don't know, estimate or write down, you know, I don't know how many times I played. Or it could be as simple as, yes, I was consistent, no, I was not consistent. Now, TAC family, if you want to know how many times you played in the last year, go ahead and just log in. You'll see your playing sessions displayed right on your home screen. It's really as easy as that. For those of you who aren't TAC members, don't worry. Give it your best estimate. Maybe it was 100 sessions, which is about 2 times per week. Maybe it was more than that. Maybe it was less than that. It's not about judgment. It's about answering the question, how consistent were you over the last year? Because we know that the more consistent you are, the more progress you achieve, the further you get on your guitar journey, the more enjoyment you have out of your guitar journey. It's not about the destination, it's about fulfillment and enjoyment. Yes, it's cliche, but it's the truth, and we're here to celebrate because we're looking back at the last year. Okay, so that's question number 1. How consistent were you in 2021? The next question is this: what are 3 small wins from the last year that you're the most proud of? What are 3 small wins from the last year that you're the most proud of? Please, I'm urging you to write this down. This is a very important question because this is what cultivates that positive emotion that you associate with your guitar routine. Small wins could be really anything, okay? But it's the 3 small wins that you are the most proud of. Maybe it's the fact that you got a guitar and you started playing in 2021. That's a great small win. Maybe you learned your first chord in 2021. It's a great small win. Maybe you played through your very first song, start to finish, and it felt awesome. Maybe you played your first open mic. Kurt, I'm looking at you. You actually just played a set at an open mic, which is outstanding. Super proud of you. Anyways, maybe it's the fact that you learned fingerpicking in 2021. Maybe it's the fact that you jammed with someone else for your first time in 2021. Maybe you changed your strings for the first time in 2021. I think you get my drift. I want you to bubble up the 3 most awesome small wins that you're the most proud of and write them down. The 3 things that really kind of knocked your socks off. And it doesn't have to be complex. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be, again, as simple as, you know what? I showed up. I showed up at least twice a week in 2021, and I'm really proud of that because life is hectic. And you know what? I carved out the time for me and my guitar routine. Please, again, write down the 3 small wins from 2021 that you're the most proud of. Okay, final question. This is a good one because this question gets into some dicey territory and some things that I want you to avoid. I'll tell you what they are, but first, let me ask you the question. What tweaks do you have to make to your guitar journey going forward, scheduling, upcoming interruptions, etc., to make it work for you? Let me rephrase that. That may not have been very clear. What tweaks do you have to make to your guitar routine to make it much more regular? Maybe you see some upcoming interruptions. Maybe you see some scheduling difficulties in 2022, the first couple months of 2022, that you're like, okay, I got a plan for that. I'll be out of town. Maybe I need to bring a guitar. Maybe I need to bring some reading material that is around the topic of guitar so I can kind of keep my head in the game. So what tweaks do you have to make to your guitar journey coming in 2022, or to your guitar routine in 2022, so your guitar routine benefits your guitar journey? Why is this important? Well, and what are the dicey territories that you can get into? Well, first and foremost, I think whenever you get called to reflect on something, our mind goes into this binary state where we think pass, good, bad, fail. You can't fail at your guitar routine. You simply can't fail at your guitar routine. You can adjust it. You can say, hey, you know what? Playing in the evenings isn't working for me, so I'm going to have to move it to the mornings. I can be much more regular there, and I have some energy to bring to my playing sessions. That's what I want you to do. That's how I want you to evaluate your guitar routine. You didn't pass, you didn't fail, you didn't succeed, you didn't fall off into loser land. That doesn't exist. It's your guitar routine. I want you to make it work for you, which is exactly why this question is so important. What tweaks do you have to make to your guitar routine to make it work for you in 2022. Again, it could be some upcoming scheduling issues. It could be the fact that you have to switch the time because, you know what? Again, the evenings aren't working, the mornings are better, maybe you have some time at lunch. Whatever the case may be, everybody's guitar routine is different and unique to you. But I want you to wrap your head around the fact that it's not pass-fail. It's quite simply looking at your guitar routine and saying, I could have been more consistent if I had accounted for that family vacation, if I had accounted for the fact that I'm crazy busy at night and it doesn't work. So again, it's a very important question and one that helps you chart course for 2022, which is important because I want 2022 to be your best year of guitar yet. In fact, next week's show, we're going to talk about how you can make 2022 your best year of guitar yet. We'll get there, but right now, let's just relish in this reflection moment I'm trying to get a lot of information out here. Okay, so finally, I already reminded you, but I'll remind you again. The next live Tony's Acoustic Challenge progress party is January 5th. It's a Wednesday, January 5th at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I do hope you can be there because we're going to take this idea of reflection and expand upon it, right? This is a very abbreviated version of what I do in the live progress party. Just as useful, but abbreviated, because part of the other piece of reflection is really digging into specifically what went well, specifically what are opportunities for you to improve upon. It could be, your improvisation skills. It could be, a whole bunch of different things. But we'll go into those details in that live progress party. Again, January 5th at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. TAC fam, I sure hope you can join me there. Now, real quickly, before we get on to the rest of the show, in fact, I've got some TAC family members, some new TAC family members that want to say hello to you. But first, in the comments below, I want you to let me know what is your #1 standout small win from 2021. Go ahead and write it in the comments below. I'd love for the comments to be just this area to celebrate the awesomeness of your guitar journey, your small wins, and your excitement around this, awesome guitar routine and guitar journey that you have. Before we get to some new TAC family member hellos, I want to let you in on what the TAC fam is working on today. It's a guitar lick. See, every day within Tony's Acoustic Challenge, we focus on one of the 5 essential areas of guitar improvement. On Monday, we do a technique challenge. Tuesday, a guitar lick challenge. Wednesday, an improvisation challenge. Thursday, a rhythm guitar challenge. And Friday, a chord transition challenge. It is Tuesday. Tuesdays, we focus on a guitar lick, and here is what the TAC fam is working on this week. I've got an epic blues guitar lick challenge for you today. It's entitled Hrothgar. Tone, what the hell is Hrothgar? Hrothgar was the king, I believe, from Beowulf. In fact, every single challenge this week within TAC has a Beowulf name. We've got Hrothgar, a Beowulf, who I think was the hero, and Grendel, who I think was the dragon. Not entirely sure. Probably should have paid more attention in high school. But I always thought that Beowulf was an epic story. And I also feel that blues is an epic genre of music. So the names and the musical content seem to just fit together like puzzle pieces. Yes, the underlying musical theme this week within TAC, all of the daily challenges have something to do with the blues in the key of A. And the lick you're going to learn today is a little bit of a turnaround. It's a fun fingerstyle turnaround that you can add to your blues playing after, just in a couple minutes. Here's what it sounds like. A pretty classic blues turnaround in the key of A. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, I've got to learn that note for note, well, TAC fam, go ahead and log in. This is your daily challenge today. It's Tuesday. It's Guitar Lick Challenge Day. Just log in, click Start Challenge. I'll teach this to you note for note, and then you can move along to the play along video, pick a speed that you're comfortable with, and then don't forget to click that tab icon and pull up the tablature in a separate window so you can follow right along with me. Okay, this blues lick. First of all, it's cool, and you should just learn it because it's cool. It sounds awesome. It's bluesy. It's got the mojo. I mean, what more could you want from it? Well, I want to show this to you as it works within a blues shuffle. Because yes, it definitely works within a turnaround. Right at the end of a 12-bar blues, you need something that kicks you back to the beginning. And since you stay on the same chord, sometimes it's tough to separate the ending of a blues progression from the beginning of a blues progression. Enter the turnaround. So this works great as a turnaround. It also works really well as a way to separate those first 4 measures of a 12-bar blues sequence. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this against the shuffle. Just a basic shuffle pattern that sounds like this. So you'll notice I'll play that blues shuffle pattern and then I'll go into this lick, this turnaround. And just know that you can use it as a filler or as a straight ahead turnaround to bring you back to the top of a song. So here's how this lick sounds in context. one of my faves, one of my absolute faves. It's like once you start playing it and really getting into the groove, you don't want to stop playing it. And that's a good thing, because if you sit down to play for 10 minutes and it turns into an hour, that's like bonus time. You hit your minimum of 10 minutes and then boom, you added an extra 50. It's pretty darn awesome. One quick thing before we get back to the show, and this is really important, especially this time of year. I want to emphasize the power of reflection. Okay, I want you to be able to look back at your guitar journey, the last day, the last week, the last month, the last year, and realize that you are making progress. Sometimes that's difficult to do because a lot of times we relate our guitar playing to the last time we picked up the guitar. And if you were trying something new and it was maybe a little bit of a struggle, you might think, gosh, I'm not very good, I'm not getting any better. That's a lie, that's not true. If you play every day, you will experience incremental progress. And the best way to do that, the best way to have true, accurate reflection of your guitar journey is to track your progress. This could be a small note after every single playing session that just notates one single small win from your playing. Maybe your timing was dead on. Maybe you finally got that F chord. What I want you to do is note a small win after every single playing session. Because what this allows you to do is at year's end or at month's end, you can look back and say, I actually have physical evidence of progress. I can see my progress. I can see those wins. That is so incredibly valuable to cultivate that positive momentum that all of us guitar geeks need within our guitar journey. I want you to look back. I want you to reflect and say, I am getting better. Every single day, I'm getting just a little bit better than I was the day before. And if you continue to add those days up, you're going to amaze yourself by month's end, by year's end. It's going to be a pretty awesome feeling. You know, part of the beauty in reflecting on your guitar journey is that you get a chance to lift your head up and look around and see what's going on in your guitar journey, but also in others' guitar journeys. And that's one of the beautiful things about the Acoustic Tuesday show. That's one of the beautiful things about the TAC family. And again, speaking of the TAC family, I just want to welcome a whole slew of guitar players that became a part of the TAC family in 2021. So without further ado, let's say hello to some new Guitar Geek friends.
Hey TAC family, I'm Casey from Mitchell, South Dakota, and I just joined Tony's Acoustic Challenge.
Hey TAC family, my name is Tony and I'm from Lancaster, New York, and I just joined Tony's Acoustic Challenge.
Hey TAC family, I'm Cameron from Austin, Texas, and I just joined Tony's Acoustic Challenge.
Hi TAC family, it's Sam from Minnesota, and I just joined Tony's Acoustic Challenge.
Hi guys, I'm Martin from Montreal, Canada, and I just joined Tony's Acoustic Challenge.
Hello, I'm Odie Napolis from Fresno, California, and I just joined Tony's Acoustic Challenge.
Hi TAC family, I'm Phil from Toronto, Canada, and I just joined Tony's Acoustic Challenge.
Hey TAC family, I'm Mark coming at you from Yachats, Oregon, and I just joined Tony's Acoustic Challenge.
Hey TAC family, I'm Shirley from Toronto, and I just joined Tony's Acoustic Challenge.
Hey TAC family, I'm Justin from Long Island, and I just joined Tony's Acoustic Challenge.
I love that we can come together and all celebrate our own unique guitar journeys. Yes, they may be different, but there is solidarity in being a guitar geek. There's solidarity in being a part of the TAC family. So I'm so happy that we can do this on a regular basis. I'm so happy that we have new TAC family members coming in every single day and that we're all here to, well, cheer one another on. Now, speaking of guitar geeks, let's go ahead and, well, let's look at a guitarsenal or two. This first one takes us to Downers Grove, Illinois, right next to where I grew up in Schaumburg, Illinois. Yes, we're going to visit Larry McLaughlin in Downers Grove, Illinois, and he's got a couple pictures to show us, some really cool ones as a matter of fact. Here's what he says in his guitarsenal submission. Left to right, a late 70s Ovation model, 1612. A 2012 Martin 0018 Golden Era. A 2004 Bourgeois Vintage OM, a 2013 Bourgeois Country Boy D Custom with Adirondack top and hide glue construction, a 2019 Bourgeois D150 that he won at the Frankfurt Bluegrass Festival that is put on by Down Home Guitars, and my pride and joy, a 1942 Martin 0018 that my mom got new for her 16th birthday. Also, here's the picture the day that James Cook from Bourgeois handed me the D150. So much cool stuff to unpack there. First of all, Larry, a hell of a collection. Just some absolute dandies in there. But also, the fact that you won that guitar at the Frankfurt Bluegrass Festival. I mean, how rad is it to win a Bourgeois D150? Only Larry will know. Only Larry will know. But I can assume it's pretty darn awesome. Also, Down Home Guitars is a great shop for those of you who have not been to Down Home Guitars. I believe it's in Illinois, Southern Illinois maybe. I remember selling mandolins to, I think it's Steve at Down Home Guitars. Steve Halbright? I think that's correct. Anyways, great shop. They stock some amazing instruments. I'm on their Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and I see the pictures of what they're getting in stock. Holy smokes. Very cool stuff. Larry, thank you so much for submitting your Guitarsenal. And since it's the end of the year, what the hell? Let's do another one. Let's go to Holtz Summit, Missouri, and visit Keith L. Maney Sr. Hopefully I said your last name right, Keith. Here's what he has in his Guitarsenal. On the wall, left to right, a Fender 140 SCE and a Taylor GS Mini. On the floor, left to right, an Ovation Standard Elite, a Taylor 326 CE Builder's Edition, a Taylor 816 CE BE, a Taylor American Dream, and an Epiphone Masterbuilt. Not pictured, we gave to a son-in-law a Fender CD60, a granddaughter a Taylor GS Mini, and another granddaughter an Ibanez AW50 Jr. The Fender CD60 was my first guitar purchase at age 59 in January 2020. The perfect vision year into this guitar journey before COVID. We didn't know at the time that one of my sons had already purchased the Fender 140 guitar and was shipping it. That Fender started this romance. Sitting with me is our grandson Hayden, 14 years old. He also joined me in this guitar journey in April 2020. The absolute best part of this guitar journey is sharing the love of guitar with family and friends. I mean, how cool is that? I love this story. I love the Guitarsenal, and I think Keith really cuts to the heart of the matter here, and that is, having our guitar journey, sometimes we get really focused on just our own guitar journey and what we can do to get better. And that's what I love about this just pause, this nice little dust settling before the new year starts, is we do get a chance to lift our head up, look around and be like, wow, it is, I might refer to it as my guitar journey, but there's a lot of people here backing me up. There's a lot of people here supporting me. And a lot of those people are family and friends. And I think Keith's Guitarsenal is just a great example of that. I mean, so cool. Hayden, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching the show and being a part of your grandpop's Guitarsenal picture. Very cool. It sums it all up for me. It's that cool. It's that amazing. I think we're all very, very lucky, and we should all be very grateful to be a part of, well, one another's guitar journey and a part of this. I'm going to call it a movement. Darn it. We're closing out 2021 and we're moving into 2022, our most awesome year of guitar yet. And speaking of the most awesome year of guitar yet, I think in 2022, if you have not submitted your Guitarsenal picture, I think it's time to do it. I think it's time for you to get featured on the Acoustic Tuesday show. How do you do it? I'm just going to bring along my lovely, dazzling, darling assistant to tell you how. I want to propose to you a win-win-win scenario. I want to feature you on the Acoustic Tuesday show. Yes, I want to feature you and your Guitarsenal, or you and your Acoustic Tuesday merchandise. Step number 1, go to tonypolicastro.com/shop. Once you're there, pick out your favorite Guitarsenal shirt, your favorite Acoustic Tuesday merchandise, get it shipped directly to your door. Step number 2, once your merchandise arrives, go ahead and put it on and take a picture of yourself, either just wearing Acoustic Tuesday merchandise, or if you have a Guitarsenal shirt, take a picture in front of all of your guitars. And then once you're done with that, step number 3 is to upload your picture at tonypolicastro.com/shop. There's a link right on that page. Click it, you can upload your photo, and boom, you'll be featured in the Acoustic Tuesday show. Win number 1, you get featured in the Acoustic Tuesday show. Win number 2, you get some cool, snazzy Guitar Geek merchandise. Win number 3, the biggest win of them all proceeds from the tonypolicastro.com/shop are being donated to Guitars for Vets. You get featured in the show, you get cool new shirts, cool new merchandise, and you help out Guitars for Vets. Win, win, win. Okay, back to the show. Now, before we get into your weekly dose of acoustic news you can use, I should call attention to the fact that there are some new items in the TonyPolacastro.com/shop. And that is this new Be Nice and Play Guitar mug featuring the new logo. There's actually 2 varieties of mugs. I showed them off to you last week. I want to do it again because I think they're really cool. You've got the ceramic mug, the tall mug, which I prefer because it holds more coffee. But if you're on the road, if you're camping, we've got this wonderful enamel camp mug, Be Nice and Play Guitar logo, and there's some new Be Nice and Play Guitar t-shirts, which I remembered to keep near me this time. This first one features one of the alternate logos, Be Nice and Play Guitar, and then the second one, which is my favorite, it's got the TAC blue, the TAC yellow, and it's Be Nice and Play Guitar with the guitar-infused logo. Very cool stuff. Again, you can find that at the TonyPolacastro.com/shop. And if you happen to get one of these mugs, one of these t-shirts, submit a picture the same way you would your guitar arsenal. I'd love to feature you on the show just because of the fact that you're wearing some awesome merchandise that supports a really good cause. 100% of the profits go to Guitars for Vets, which is outstanding. Plus, it sends a good message to every guitar geek in the world. Be nice and play guitar. It's that simple. It's that simple. Okay, moving on to your weekly dose of acoustic news you can use. This first one is an album that I am beyond excited about. It's going to be released on February 11th. You can pre-order it now. It comes from a duo that goes by the name Rucksack Revolution. You might say, never heard of them before, Tone. Why are you so excited? I'm so excited because my dear friend Sarah Voss is a part of Rucksack Revolution. Who's Sarah Voss? If you've heard Dead Horses, you've heard Sarah. She is Dead Horses. She's part of Dead Horses. And she started this duo with Adam Gruel. I hope I said his last name correct. Adam Gruel of Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. And I really like what I hear so far. And you might be sitting there thinking, well, I'd like to hear it too. I want you to hear it. Here is Rucksack Revolution, Sarah and Adam playing the song Winona, Winona.
Winona, Winona, my eyes needed you. My hands needed washing from that rain of morning dew. My ears needed songs, damn sad but damn true. And the next thing I knew, Winona, Minnesota, swallowed my blues.
Okay. This next one. I got 3 more things for you. We're probably going to go a little bit long in today's show. And I'm sorry if you have to go, but just press pause and come back here in a little bit. This next post I found. Okay, so I follow Sierra Hall on Instagram, phenomenal mandolin player, just a great musician and an all-around kind human being. She posted a picture of her with this beautiful gig bag, a leather gig bag. And she says in the post, big shout out to Steve and Glenn Cronkite Custom Cases for making me this beautiful custom case for my electric mandolin. I love it. Top-notch quality, hand-sewn in Minneapolis, and way more protective than a standard gig bag. Can't say enough good things. So what happens to me when I see this post? Well, my Guitar Geek radar red flag's going crazy. It's like, Glenn Cronkite Custom Cases, probably should look at those. You all know if you've watched the show for a while, I love Calton cases. I love Calton cases, hard cases. But what about gig bags that are protective and just as sexy as a Calton case? Well, in comes Glenn Cronkite custom cases. They're gorgeous. You can order leather gig bags, custom fit to your instrument. With you can do some combinations with the leather, and ultimately they look gorgeous. And it looks like these gig bags would last for years. You know those typical nylon gig bags? They always rip on the seams. The zippers kind of rip out of them after a while. Not cool. Doesn't seem to be the case with these. I'll let you know because my mouse trigger finger is twitching. I really want to order one of these specifically for a banjo. And I think that would be a great test for a gig bag because banjos are heavy as hell, and usually banjo gig bags fall apart the quickest. Likely not the case with these. I'll report if I do indeed order one, which is highly likely, especially if Whitney's gone this weekend. Anyways, 2 more things for you. 2 more things. Hang in there with me. The next thing is just a meme that I thought was amazing. It's, I grew up on Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom. I thought that was funny. Certainly hit home for me. And the final story I have for you, following Billy Strings online is a treat because you get to see him play, you get to see all sorts of awesome stuff. But he just took an Overhaul guitar home. Now, Overhaul Guitars is a company, a team of luthiers, I think. I don't know all the details. I'm just kind of tip of the iceberg here. Well, they take old guitars, harmonies, Ks, things like that weren't necessarily crafted with the utmost care and consideration for tone. They actually take these guitars apart, rebrace them, do neck resets, refret them, sometimes put new fingerboards on them, and then they resell them as functional guitars, really good sounding functional guitars that have all this mojo, have all this kind of vintage appeal, and they're actually playable and they sound damn good. In fact, here's Billy Strings playing the one that he just picked up. Now, just a couple of extra notes on Overhaul Guitars. I would encourage you right now to go to their site because they've got quite a few models for sale. These things are incredible, and in my opinion, they're priced very, very well. I mean, they're priced very, very well. I'm not saying that they're cheap, but I'm saying that you get this cool vintage guitar that has a story. A lot of them are the old stencil-topped guitars from the, I want to say the 20s, 30s, 40s, and they put all this work into it, taking the tops off, rebracing them, in some cases doing a neck reset, as I mentioned before, new fingerboard, new frets, sometimes new tuners. These are playable instruments that sound incredible. They're priced really well, given the fact that in a lot of cases, there's not a lot made of these guitars, especially guitars that sound of this caliber. Meaning after the work's been done. Really incredible stuff, and I'm really excited to continue digging into the Overhaul Guitars website and learning more about them. But I just was on the site right before I sat down to film the show, and I thought, I gotta tell you about this. I have to tell you about it. It's amazing. I'm smitten, that's for darn sure. Okay, it's been a long show. I appreciate you hanging in there with me, and I think it's a good time to wrap up the show. But before we do that, let's take a sneak peek into next week. And next week, on the Acoustic Tuesday show, you're going to learn some mantras, some things to make 2022 your best year of guitar yet. These are simple sayings that you can use throughout 2022, well beyond 2022, that will make your guitar journey that much more fulfilling, that much more fun, and that much more progress-filled. That's happening next week on the Acoustic Tuesday show. Remember, you can catch Acoustic Tuesday every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time right here on YouTube. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and before I let you go, I want to remind you of one quick thing. Your guitar success, however you define it, is directly related to your guitar routine. So please invest the time in developing your guitar routine, just like you did today, and make sure to have fun every single day that you play. Thanks again for joining me. Thank you for being a guitar geek, and I'll see you next Tuesday on the Acoustic Tuesday show. Cheers, and Guitar Geeks Unite.